Unless somebody in Ariana who I mean, look, did Ariana show Katie? 100%. But eh, I guess, yeah, they could deposition Katie. I mean, they could subpoena Katie.
I mean, she
Yeah,
says
I
she
mean,
went in the alley, and look, everyone's going to be on Ariana's side, all of course. But I think this is interesting, and I don't think it's going away. This is a real case. It's a real case. I would sue as well if this were me. Like, it's a real, I mean, it's clear if you disseminate it, it's revenge porn, period. That's the definition of it. So I don't blame her for suing. I don't blame her for any of this. I think it's going to be interesting. And are there going to be more lawsuits? That's really the question, because Garagos is always dangling that carrot of more lawsuits. Speaking of lawsuits,
yeah, talk to
I
me.
mean, I don't think Bethenny's podcast is ever coming back. I mean, I truly think Jason
Oh boy.
intercepted this. Apparently, you got some hate for saying this. What? I don't believe it. She's going through a lot with her mother. And I think I talked about this on one of my solo shows too. I don't know where I say things, but Bethenny Frankel all of a sudden is emotional that much. Yes. Do I think the loss of her mother is major? Do I think she's going through it? I think all of it, that horrible. But I don't think she would stop a podcast that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was highly rated. All she was talking about was how great it's doing. And I don't believe she just was going through so much and had to pause it at the time. The woman that is the Teflon Don, that is the most successful woman in the history of society, according to her, stopped the podcast because you couldn't take it. I think Jason got involved and they're like, let me tell you how this is going to go. And she said, God, I fought for so long to get away from this man. And she would fight if it were $10 million on the table. But she's like, the lawyers are like, listen, you're going to talk about emotional. You can't handle talking about the divorce. How about going through a lawsuit again? I think they were just like, it's not worth it based on the money you're making on the podcast. Just fucking find something else. That's what I think happened.
I, I I don't even understand how this launched. Bryn is what, 14? Bryn is still a minor. I mean, isn't Bethany still paying child support? I know by the time the kids are 13, whatever, they usually can just choose who they want to live with. And it appears as though
She's
Bethany and Bryn
joined
are
at the
together.
hip, joined at the hip. Yeah.
Right. I don't blame her. That's her mother. But I do not understand these fans, these Bethany stans who are in my DMs. It's like, guys, if she's such a genius in business and all these things, I mean, I don't even know how it came out. There's no way that she fought this man for 10 years in court. You're telling you didn't think he would come after you. I just, to me, it's almost like she does these things just to keep, I think, keep relevant, be back on the charts for a hot minute, pull those. I agree with you. They're not coming back. There's no way
It's
this.
over. It's over. Girls Trip will never be back. That let me, you know what? I try so hard to be nice here today and just
Uh-oh.
Girls Trip is never coming back. Okay. I know. I said Melissa Gorga is not coming back. Suck on my dick. One thing has nothing to do with the other. Girls Trip is never coming back. Bethany's podcast is never coming back. Sonia Morgan is broke as a joke. And that's why the townhouse is being auctioned. And yes, if she gets $8 million and pays off whatever, she'll be fine for a minute. But let's just live in reality here. Let's just actually live in reality as opposed to like fantasy world. I'm sorry to tell you, Crappy Lake is probably not ever coming back. Roni Legacy, Roni Original Girls, that's over with. What else? What else do you want to know the
Well,
horse chick about here today?
people came for us because we did
Okay,
that.
but
Well, yeah,
we're
but we were
talking the
wrong.
truth.
Well, people say we're not that accurate. They say something about her is opening. And,
Oh, yes.
you
Okay, so
you've
there's
gotten
that
some
one.
nasty, nasty comments on your YouTube about, when are you gonna apologize, you motherfucker, for
Yes.
telling Ariana that her sandwich shop would never open. Eat your fucking words. There's some strong hate on your, anything you
Yeah.
can say about that?
Well, last time you asked me if I would want a million to billions of dollars if I got booed like Kim Kardashian. I try to tell you, I get booed today for $5. Um, well, I'm not apologizing to anybody. First of all, I don't really necessarily believe in apologies, really. I think if you meant it at the time, it was an authentic statement at the time. And yeah, I'm not apologizing to Ariana Madix. So that's the first thing. Second of all, rumor is it's opening on May 22nd. I don't think we should jump the gun just yet. When I walk by on May 22nd, actually, I'm not going to walk by on May
I'm going.
22nd
I'm going.
because I'm not going to fucking be here. Woo-hoo! I'm Hamptons bound, bitch. But I will be back at least once a month to do my crossovers with Melissa Rivers and for other reasons. So, but can't wait to get the fuck out of here for a minute and go to the Hamptons. It's too much LA at the moment. I'll believe it when I see it, when it opens. I'll believe it when I see it. And yeah, I'm wrong. In life, we're often wrong about many things. So there'll be no apologies. I don't feel bad. Lisa Vanderpump said she never thought it was going to open. A lot of people said that. And I wouldn't open it if I were them. I would close the whole thing down immediately because they don't even own the damn trademark. So if this blows up and is huge and successful, I don't know. I mean, if Behind the Velvet Rope takes off, which it has, and we franchise this all over the world, I mean, I don't really know how to do that. But when it comes time to sell Behind the Velvet Rope for millions and millions of
I have
dollars
been approached about that.
and keep me on for give me 5 years and a salary. I own the damn thing. So when this takes off and they want to do something about her in New York City, Orange County, San Francisco, Chicago, Miami, and all over the world, you can make Janet or whatever the fuck her name is, the sandwich girl, rich because she owns the trademark. However you want to work that out. So if it were me, I would close the whole damn thing and rebrand it and open it as something else. Honestly, that's what I would do. I would change that name,
Well,
however that can work.
look, Brock just did it, one of the sit downs for Bravo behind the scenes with James. And
Brock ain't playing this year. Brock ain't playing.
Brock came for the women and he basically all but calls them dumb and says Penny and the litigation lawyer husband, that is Penny's husband,
There you
own
go,
the
Penny.
trademark. And he basically is like Ariana and Katie are idiots, and they're opening this sandwich shop for what? Because they don't own they can't the merch is gonna be a cut to penny, everything. They cannot do anything with this name. They don't own it.
Don't
Now,
open it. Do not open it. I believe in cutting ties, like throwing good money after or bad money after good, whatever the fucking statement is. I would cut it off right now. Right now. Like when you have someone who's a regular podcast guest and you see them getting too big for their britches and becoming a pain in the ass, you fire them right there and say, we're not going a day further.
I mean, couldn't they even change it by one word? There's something about her, or is that too close? I guess no, because when you trademark, you can come after something very close. I agree with you. But, to me, I think if they are moving forward to open it, they've probably struck a deal with Penny behind the scenes. Everyone seems
Yes.
to allude to the fact that Penny and the husband are geniuses. They've been in the biz a long time. They know West Hollywood. They know all the players, meaning the city council members that help get these permits and things moved along. So they say on the show, well, Penny's not our partner. But I mean, I would think if they're moving forward with this and they know the merch opportunities, they've had to have struck a deal with her. I don't know. It never fails to amaze me, people in business. You think people in business are so smart and they're so stupid. And I see it at all levels. And I see it here in California.